All right, everyone, here we go. It's an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is, it's straight up energy reading. This is November 2025 monthly overview. Hopefully, you have read my November write up, which is up there in the blog. You should go check that out. It talks about all kinds of things, including Jupiter retrograde, all the stuff happening this month. And it will, in part, I think, have this pre shuffle make a lot more sense to you. I think it will. This is the pre shuffle. I cut the deck, I shuffled the deck, and then I hit record. And I didn't look at anything except this and that. I got incoming toward you. That's you. Incoming. Someone's learned a lesson here. I think all kinds of things are coming at you. It's not just one person, but it is a lot of stuff from your past. Six of Cups is going to. I just have in my mind's eye this dump truck showing up outside your house and leaving a big pile of shit. It is a bit of that. But you can. I talked about that in the write-up. You can write it up. A lot of this has to do with that damn beaver moon. That's early on in the month. The super moon, super full moon in Taurus. A lot of it has to do with that, I'm sure. I imagine the beaver is who's driving the fucking dump truck. But there's a lot you can sort out, effortlessly. I think I used that word in the write-up even. So anyway, let's just talk about this in Steve Love Tarot reading speak. This is you, and this is information coming to you from the past. Probably brought to you by a person or an owl. One or the other. All right. If you see a talking owl, okay, share whatever it is you're using, because I would love to talk to owls. That'd be wonderful. The Magician is right here as well. Massive transformation. Huge. Seeing the past in a new light. Seeing the past in a way you didn't see it before. Seeing the world like a child again. This is the type of energy just right here. And I get the star. The star is bookending. It's something you've wanted. It's an opportunity. It's what I wrote about in the blog a little bit. It's a redo. It's a do-over. But this is the kind of energy that I would get around somebody who was an asshole. Then I'm not saying you are, I'm just saying this is the same frequency of energy can play out 1,000 different ways. Somebody was a prick, they didn't appreciate life, they had a near-death experience. After the near-death experience, this is what happens. Okay? This is the type of energy that happens. It's right there. So you don't have to have a new near-death experience to experience this. I'm not saying you will, but I'm saying it's very similar energy to what happens when people do. All right? This is nice. So never mind that dump truck. All right, pay attention to what I wrote about that damn beaver moon. All right, here we go. Let's see where we're at here. I shuffled the deck. First card out's before the cuts. Why the fuck are we here? So, why the fuck? I'm going to do a pyramid, but I'm going to do the cut cards. This is the overview and monthly readings. The pyramids just work better for them, I think. But either way, I'm going to do the cut cards here, though. And sometimes I skip it with a pyramid, and I just go straight in. But I want to get more on that pre-shuffle. I do. What's the first card out's before the cuts? Why the fuck are we here? So why the fuck are we here? I don't know. Energy's been crazy town lately. I'll tell you, I had an interesting night of sleep last night. I'll call it interesting. We'll use that word. We'll leave it at that. It's very weird. There's the Page of Wands. It's a page coming at you. You've got a very fruitful conversation coming with somebody. Somebody who I think you see in a new light after the conversation. I think you do. I think there's also the return of for you and this person, or we'll just talk about you. There's that childlike view on life. There's that little adventurer, right? The little boy with the stick going frog hunting in the woods. Everything's a fucking adventure. There's an elf around every corner. Why are you in the woods, right? It's that kind of a thing. I don't know. It's nice. You're about to have a fruitful conversation. There's a fruitful conversation coming. It could be with yourself too. I don't know. It all feels like a near-death experience in a way. It does. It's the same energy that would be around someone who had one. There's oftentimes people come out of it and they're very different. They see the world differently. Probably because they get a look at some of the shit going on in the Akashic record and all the fucking energy that's around us, and they go, oh, okay, yeah, Steve's right. This is all just a fucking illusion. I'm going to have some fun now. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but I got victory after that. It's a very fruitful conversation that you have with somebody. It's very fruitful. You shouldn't be afraid of anything in this lifetime. Be afraid of a bus. We'll look both ways before you cross the goddamn street. But I'm saying emotionally in general, let it out. Put it out there. This is great. This is victory. It's dependent on each party using their free will properly, but I don't even think it matters as much for some reason. There's just transformation, small or big. It's up to you. All right. Whoever this is, you got things from the past coming back. I'm going to pick one. I'm going to pick the biggest one that's here. I don't know. It doesn't have a name tag on it. Could be Bill, Ron. Could be, I don't know, Johan. I don't fucking know. Sarah, Jane. I don't know. It doesn't have a name tag on it. I'm just picking the biggest, strongest energy. It might be a relative. It might be a family member. It might be someone, an ex. It could be your runner. You decide. Take it as it resonates, like the kids like to say. But why not pick the biggest energy, I say. All right, let's go. Here's how they feel about you up top here. The middle is how they see you, what they think about you. That's always very interesting. People think different things than they feel, let me tell you. And the bottom of the deck is bottom of the pyramid, I should say. The bottom of the deck is the potential outcome. Well, maybe it's a Hierophant. This is a big deal reading. I'll tell you what. Bottom of the pyramid is the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I will clarify whatever I think needs clarifying, which will be most of it in this thing. And I'll throw some universe cards at the end, and we're probably going to have an extended because I have no plans to extend any of the zodiac fly-through. So take it or leave it. Here we go. November is a big month. If you read my write-up was actually 2,000 words longer than what you got. I'm going to take the other two. I thought it was too long, but there was a lot of stuff that needed to be put in there. I'm going to try to take the other 2,000 words and put them into another blog article. That way I can split it up a little bit. But even what I gave you is pretty long. If you just read the summary, you're not really getting the gist of this month. It's something else. A November to remember. Bottom of the deck, the overall energy here is the Hierophant. It's just I'm not going to say it's a spiritual connection. It's what's happening in November. It's like that Vegas saying, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except it's the opposite. What happens in November does not stay in November. It gets written down in the Akashic record, maybe. It gets written down. All right? Pay attention to what I wrote about in the blog about Jupiter retrograde. It's like layaway at a store, right? They take your payments, they jot down that you made a payment, all of it. It's a little bit of that. It's a little bit of Santa, too, like I said. Checking the list, making a list, checking it twice. Knows who's naughty or nice. What happens in November has a long, long, long-lasting ripple effect. Okay? All right, that's all I'm going to say. A lot of free will in play here in spite of that major arcana. What's underneath it? Yeah. It sticks. The Knight of Pentacles, deer in the headlight. It sticks. It's a stopped energy. It sticks. It's all stuff that maybe should have been dealt with a long time ago. But now, you got the emotional bravery to do it. You can thank the supermoon for that a little bit. All right? A little bit. Okay. And my write-up for November, probably the other bit. Anyway, feelings. How this biggest energy here feels about you. Let's go. We're going to clarify with what? The witches? Yeah, the Four of Cups. I like that apathy energy there. I like that. So let's take that out. Let's put that there. Let's go. Come on, Steve. Get your shit together. Okay. All right, here we go. Here we go. Page of Cups. I thought that shouldn't surprise anybody. Page. Come on, get on camera. Page of Cups. You. Out. Hangman. And the Devil. Yeah, we're opening with the hits, right? We're starting big. I mean, a lot of times I say at the end of a reading, what didn't I get? I didn't get a devil. We'll go find it in the extended. We don't have to find it. This goat's going to be with us for a while. Be careful in November here. This person, whoever this person is that you have a fruitful conversation with, one of the energies, the biggest energy here that might be, it's up to their free will, but they might be coming back from your past to sort something out, is obsessed with starting over with you to a point. They've got it in their head that they're not going. It's somebody who's not going to take no for an answer. I'm not going to say this is Rapey McRaperman energy, like no for an answer like that, but the same frequency of energy can play out 1,000 different ways. Okay, so while it's probably not that, you're not in any danger. You don't need to hire a security team. I do think somebody here does not want to take no for an answer. And it might get a little, whether or not you say no, I don't know. This energy, if you say yes to this energy, it can be a little possessive. So I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. What do they think about you? All right? What do they think about you? I mean, that's how they feel. I mean, it's fine. There's a chance for new love here. I get it. And again, I don't think it's dangerous. I just think this person just there's a possessive here, and it's not cool. It's not cool. I don't think. I think you can sort it out. How do they see you? Three of Wands. Yeah, they see you again. What did I say? They see you as somebody to start a new life with, somebody to move in a new direction with, somebody they got a future with. All right. Again, I use the word future. That's my flux capacitor right there. That's the way it reads. What else? What did I just say? I'm just checking my read. What did I just say? Ace of Pentacles. They see you as their future, but it's like it's like they see you as their destiny. I mean, they really do. It's this. I don't know. Somebody sees you as the big win, the grand prize, right? The prize. It's not how they saw you before. They've got a new perspective on this. I just don't like that this obsession is attached. I don't like that they feel like they're not going to. This is somebody who's not going to take no for an answer. And when you say yes, just like this goat, you let it in your house, it'll eat everything, right? It's not going to go away. It's its house the moment you let it in. I mean, it might be your house. You paid $1 trillion for it, right? You got the deed. But if you let a goat inside, that deed, it'll eat the deed. It doesn't matter. Right? It's its house. Oh, that's my couch. It'll eat the whole fucking thing. It's a bit of that. I'm just letting you know. All right? But again, I don't think you need to hire a security team or anything. What's the potential final outcome for you, my viewers? Red with the Hangman. It's an intense month. What did I say in my write-up? Emotionally intense. This is intense. Deep, dark energy. We got Scorpio type energy floating around. I mean, it's we got deep, dark fucking thing. I'm not saying that's the energy that's attached to the Hangman. I'm just saying it as the month in general. You pulled that Scorpio reading, right? I mean, okay. What's the potential final outcome for my viewer? You're going to like this, okay? You are. Because it's everything I wrote about in that damn blog article. It really is justice. It's right there. I mean, you can set this person straight. This doesn't matter. This goat may think they own you. They may not want to take no for an answer. You are large and in charge. All right? You are absolutely in charge here. Your final outcome in this is settling things once and for all. With this, I imagine with a lot of things. But with this big energy here, somebody's very possessive over you. I don't think you know, maybe. Some of you may not know. Some of you may, but I think the majority of you don't even realize how, because this feels like an ex or somebody who ran, or a family member that you just like were fine not to talk to, or something like that, or an old friend. I see this energy a lot actually with like ex-best friends. Ex-best friends are funny because especially if they have this kind of energy around them, they still consider you their best friend. So they'll try and sabotage any new relationships you get. Somebody watching has had that happen. That's that kind of a thing right there. It's always Janelle, isn't it? It's always fucking Janelle. Anyway, justice is your final outcome. That's pretty fucking awesome right there. I'm gonna tell you. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's clarify the Hangman. Let's see where we're at. Ooh, you heard it fall on the floor, didn't you? Didn't you hear it? Here we go. It's the High Priestess and the World. Yeah, and the Four of Wands. Somebody wants you in their life. This is sometimes, I get a lot of different energies off the High Priestess, right? I don't know why sometimes she looks very Spanish to me. And I always, for some reason, every once in a while, I get loca off of it. That's the word that just rolls in my head right here. This is crazy. Somebody's got this in their mind that you are walking this Four of Wands with them. They might come across a little crazy. Okay? They might. And I think I even said that in the Scorpio season reading. I think I did. I recall saying it, and I said something about like the kids used to say cray cray, but I don't know if they still say it because I'm afraid of them. I remember saying something like that. This is my loca card. I mean, la loca. It means crazy. It's the feminine of crazy in Spanish. It rolls in if you don't speak Spanish. I don't know. What's the bridging energy? The Four of Wands. Somebody's very, very. It's almost like the Six of Cups. Somebody's showing back up with a new perspective that they've got to have you. Got to have you. Oh man. It comes up loca. I don't want you to hire a security team, but I kind of do in a way. Not really. No, it's not really that bad. It's almost like people that think they're on some kind of mission from God. Sometimes they are. And sometimes it gets a little crazy because it's actually a mission put to you by a goat that you believe is the other thing. It kind of feels like that, although don't take me literally. That's not really what's happening. But yeah, it's loca here. Yeah, I got you. Okay, we're gonna go. They want this. They want to start over. Somebody's gonna try. How does this play out? I bet you, because I'm drawn to the pastels here. Somebody does something way out of character, something that's really nice. Steve, my person's never done anything nice. They've never brought me a flower or a gift or anything. They're gonna show up with a pile of gifts. It's gonna look like fucking Santa Claus showing up at your house. Honestly. I bet they go a little bit overboard because goats always go a little bit overboard. If you got one of these and it's territorial and it's protecting your yard, right? If it gets territorial about your yard, it's better than a pit bull. The mailman, salespeople, whoever, won't come anywhere near your fucking place. They get these right up the ass, I'll tell you what. Somebody here is very possessive. Why? What is this? Well, you know what? First, let's pull on the love. You know what? Let's pull on the love. Oh my God. Page of Cups. You know, when I wrote the November article in the blog, I thought maybe I'm being a bit overly dramatic. I think I was underselling it. The way the reading's coming out here, I think I'm underselling it in the article. Holy shit. Yeah, that's very rare. I don't think, and some of you have been here a while, I don't think the loca energy has ever come out in the High Priestess since I've been here. That may be the first time you ever heard me describe that. That's the energy. It's similar. It's a higher degree than sometimes I do the High Priestess, right? You know, high, literally, like that, High Priestess. But that's lower than the loca. That's the worst I've ever gotten to hear. That's something else. All right. Let's go. It's also an indication that somebody might be a little bit delusional about what they think they've figured out or what happened in the past. They may have it wrong. You may have to correct them. Sometimes it's an indicator of that as well. That wouldn't be for all of you, but try not to get mad if somebody sees things their way and you see it your way. It happens. Wow, it's the Hermit. This person's had a lot of feelings for you that have been dormant. And they're all sort of coming up, and it's making them a little ducklingy. I mean, I don't know how else to phrase it. It's making them all, I don't want to say teary-eyed because that's not accurate, but doing things they wouldn't normally do, buying flowers, if that's out of character for them, right? I'm not really a flower buyer. Nobody really expects me to show up with flowers, or you expect me to show up with a car part. Or something like that, I mean, I don't know, something along the line. Here's your starter, there you go. But this person's acting way out of character here. What's on top? The Star. I mean, it's just, why is that here? The Magician. It's a total transformation. Somebody needs to do this. If this person were talking to me right now, they'd be saying, Steve, I need to express this. I just think they're expressing it a little crazy. It comes out a little goat loose in your living room, eating everything in sight. To the goat, from the goat's perspective, it's just doing what it does. It's just being a goat. To you, you're screaming, grabbing your hair, pulling your hair out, going, that's a $7,000 couch, right? First of all, why do you have a $7,000? Never mind. I don't even want to know. Okay, I don't even want to know. All right, but at the end of the day here, That's kind of what's going on. Somebody's got to. There's this got to energy here, and it's a little loca, and it's a little delusional, and it's a little pie in the sky. It's a whole lot of rainbows and unicorns, and it comes out that. And there's your end product as far as their feelings. It ends with possessiveness. All of this creates all of these energies together as a recipe, as ingredients in a recipe, an energetic recipe, make possessiveness. Make, I won't take no for an answer. And if you say yes, you're mine. I own you. You know, very possessive energy. It's the same energy that's around a rapey McRaperman type person, you know. Somebody who would take advantage of you. It is the same type of energy, although this person, it's not reflecting that way. The star and the magician sort of mellow that. So again, don't hire a security team. But again, I always tell you the same frequency of energy will play out 1,000 different ways. Someone who doesn't take no for an answer is dangerous if you don't know who you're dealing with or who you are. Keep that in mind. That's not a good trait. It can play out, it can work to your advantage in business, I suppose, or making deals, but in relationships, it can get a little hinky, you know. And if you're someone who picks up somebody in bars or clubs and you're like that, it can be a little creepy too, I can tell you. It's kind of creepy here, but it's also in a way a little bit sort of slow your roll, motherfucker, you know, would probably be more your response. That's why this deck had the 4 of Cups at the bottom when I first picked it up. I'm still shuffling on the devil, but I'm reading the energy as I go. You know, I mean, you got to know what to look for in people to know whether or not it's all right to take a ride home from them. Somebody very possessive, somebody who won't take no for an answer, you might want to think twice about it unless you've known them a while, you know. And even then, you might want to think twice about it. I mean, it's just plenty of 2020 stories that start with, they knew each other for 20 years. Yeah, they did. Nobody ever looked at the truth. We cover it with dreams and laughter, clouds. Queen of Swords. You're seeing things about this person you don't see before, you've never seen before on your angle. So believe it when you see it. But also, I think, again, it's part of that. This person's a little bit mistaken. They think they've got the whole truth or got it all figured out. They don't. Okay? The clouds are there. What's on top? The Knight of Swords. Well, that was from the pre-shuffle, right? The Knight of Swords was there, coming to you. You're just sitting there minding your own business, and here they come. I think you have a good conversation with this person. I think you show this person a little bit of who they are, and make sure you tell this person what you're about, what you're looking for, what you want. I feel like there's too much urgency here, okay? People, when there's urgency, people will do things, people will act out of character. They wouldn't do, think about it, you got to take a wicked piss and there's a long line. Even if you're the nicest person in the world, you will push children out of the way to get in there. You know, otherwise, what are you going to do? Find a corner? I mean, it is a bit of that. People will act out of character with this type of pressure. All right? Why is that here? The King of Swords. It's what I just said. You know, I'm the King of Swords. Everybody move. I'm going in. I think somebody here is going to come across very, very swordsy, very aggressive. This king orders this knight. So some truth that they think they've figured out here. It's a little crazy town in their head. And again, no need to hire security. I'm just making you aware that these frequencies of energies are something to look for in strangers. You know, stranger danger. Be careful. This is definitely stranger danger if this is a stranger. But at the end, it's not. This is somebody from your past that's showing up. We have it right here in the 6 of Cups. They're just in this. They've got to have you. They own you. And it may be somebody who blew you off, who said we can't be together and ran. But now they've decided that they don't like that decision. I don't see anybody changing anything on their side here. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what justice is about. Maybe you end up with this person. Maybe you just have a conversation with them. I think you come out on top, regardless. Now, I'm going to pull on the Ace of Pentacles. I'm going to take this and bring it with it. They see a future with you. They see for some reason in this energy, somebody attached to you. You're their destiny. You're I don't know. From your perspective, I think they think you've been waiting for this conversation or waiting for them to come around. I think you may have. than waiting for them to come around. I believe that. I believe a lot of you are watching readings and doing what you're doing, waiting for somebody to come around. I just think this person came around and then they went around a few more times. They're a little wound up. All right? That's all I'm saying. I mean, okay. Ace of Pentacles. Think of it this way, if you want the visual. Okay? Never mind the center, the base energy, the action energies, or a sweet little Page of Cups, an innocent, sweet little page. It's in the Witches. It's a tiny little girl. She got a little dress on, right? Read with this, right? It's Aqualung from Jethro Tull, right? Sitting on a park bench, eyeing little girls with bad intent. It's that kind of energy. It's come up before in readings. Jethro Tull's Aqualung's been around. Go read the lyrics. It's similar to, it's that kind of thing. You can see it right there with the out of balance energy. So this is crossed by the Queen of Wands. Again, somebody thinks attraction is love. This is a person who thinks sex is love. You know, they think that it's superficial energy here. Big time is the environmental energy. They're not thinking this through. What's on top? Temperance. Yeah, why is that here? They see you. It's everything I said. They see you as their destiny. They see the karma. You know, you're karmically tied. They see it all this way. They see that you're their angel. They see that you're the future for them. They see you as thinking the same way because there's some delusion here. It's all superficial bullshit, fakey McFakerman energy here across the top. It's all superficial energy. It's all surface attraction, right? All right. Justice. It's your final outcome. Let's see. It is what it is. It's par for the course for November. November, in no small part, is about sorting out once and for all a lot of emotional issues. You may need, some of you may end up, it may be literal for some of you, and you end up telling this person, you don't own me, and let me think about it. I didn't say no. I said, let me think about it. The word, I will tell you, with this energy, with the devil bookending the Page of Cups, in this context here, with everything that came out, my Loka High Priestess, the word no is the trigger word. Try to avoid it, okay? The word no is the trigger. It really is. I mean, I don't know how else to put it to you. It always is with energies like this. That's what sets them off, right? You say yes to somebody like this, it's less appealing. They're almost not interested anymore. You know, it's like people who like sport fishing. You know, people who like sport fishing like to go out and catch the fish and try to do it. If you just put the fish in a barrel and say, well, here's your pole, that's not sport fish. Even a sport fisherman would be like, this sucks. This is crap. I want to go out and use my fish finder and find the fish. And, you know, I want the fish to not be interested so that I can use my lure and things like that. It's the same type of energy. Except in this case, it's playing out more as somebody who just plain old sees a future with you, is delusional that you're some kind of angel in their life, and they got it all wrong before and they want to fix it. Okay? I believe we fix something here with justice. The final outcome is justice. Take it for what it's worth to you. But one thing, there's a lot of things I can't do or I'm not good at or whatever, but there are certain things I'm decent at. And one of them is reading people and situations. I've done a lot of people watching in my life. And one of the things I see is the mistakes people make. You know, common mistake. I mean, unreal. I think in the last reading I called my sister a hamster, right? She trusts everybody immediately. You know, doesn't even pay attention to what the fuck they're doing or saying. It's just the way she is. That's why it's always been my job to, you know, hey, come here, hamster. All right, let's go. Justice. Why is it here? Final outcome. It's crossed by the Knight of Pentacles. That's interesting. Why is that interesting, Steve? Because your overall energy is the Hierophant, and it's fueled by a Knight of Pentacles. And I said about this, so this ties this to the Hierophant, the overall energy. What you do here, what you do and say here matters. In the month of November, it matters. I talked about that a little bit. I touched on it in the Jupiter retrograde section of my write-up in the blog, okay? What happens in the bubble of Jupiter retrograde matters. The energy is keeping track. These are long-term effects. I want you to take the long view on what sort of outcome you want here. Do you want this person in your life or out of your life as the most basic long view, right? I'm telling you in advance, the word no is a trigger word. It will start problems for you. You're better off, even if you're not interested straight out, you're better off just saying maybe, okay? You're better off pushing this to a different energy, allowing this energy to settle down a little bit. Do what you want to do, make your own decisions. I'm just telling you, all right? Every energy, every grouping of energy or recipe or group of energies that makes like a recipe of things kind of a thing, has an end result, has a trigger word. Every energy does. You know, it has a key word that triggers somebody within it. Usually somebody on the lower vibrational scale. This person's definitely on a lower vibrational scale than you. You're coming out as the angel in this reading. They're coming out as the devil. You can cancel this out, but you got to play your cards right. Every pun intended. What's on top? The Nine of Cups. You can have your cake. All right. The Nine of Cups is read with Loka over here. We'll get to that. Why is that here? The Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is read with the World over here. It's up to you to change this thing a little bit, but I'm going to first focus on this, and then I'm going to focus on these two energies together. Wise Justice here, the Nine of Cups. You get something you've wanted. It's tied to the Star, which was part of the pre-shuffle, and I think these are backwards, if I'm not mistaken. It's tied to the Star, which is part of the pre-shuffle. You get what you wanted here, right? Your wish is coming true. It's just not coming true in the way you thought. And that's going to play out in a lot of different ways. I'm pulling the biggest energy here, but I think that's part of the thing with November. Things appear to go wrong on the surface, but they're actually very right. We could take that as an example with the Queen of Wands crossing here, and we've got the Ace of Pentacles with Temperance and Karma and Judgment on top. It's actually something that on the surface doesn't look very good, but there's a lot going on underneath. You know, again, the Queen of Wands is like that. On the surface, there's a surface energy, but there's more depth. The Queen of Wands just doesn't show it. You're going to have to dig for it a little bit. There is an element here because of the Ten of Pentacles read with the World, where, again, it's tied to this because of the Knight of Pentacles. These are lasting effects. I want you to be careful here. All right, I do. I want you to be careful about prejudging anything that happens in November. Be very careful. We'll dive down in this in the extended and obviously in the zodiac fly-through. What's interesting to me here is Loka, my crazy high priestess read with the Nine of Cups. Secretly, you like this? It's a way of phrasing it for a few of you. I don't know how else to phrase it. Secretly, you kind of like that they see you as a possession, or they won't take no for an answer, or something like that. You need to look at that. That's something you need to look at. It's probably for all of you on some level, but it's very small in some of you. But there's still that. I'll put it this way. Because of the way I've described this energy with the goat, the devil, with the Page of Cups, I can dig it. If you secretly like that they won't take no for an answer, let's just assume you do. You secretly like that they won't take no for an answer, or you like the possessiveness on some level, you feel protected by that or whatever. I get it. But you shouldn't secretly like anything where this energy is attached. This specific frequency of devil energy. All right? You shouldn't. That's something it's something you need to look at. So you might be a little bit delusional about this person as well. You've got a chance to get some real clarity here. All right? If you keep asking why. So again, take it as you want to take it. For some of you, fine. You're like, Steve, fuck you. I do not secretly like that somebody sees me as a possession, or somebody won't take no for an answer. Good for you. But make sure that that's the case. All right? Because if you're getting defensive about it, it's probably not the case. You probably do, somewhere down, feel something about that. It's well hidden here. The thing about the Loka High Priestess is she's like on crack. The high priestess is good at hiding things. This energy is on crack at hiding it. All right, it's stuff that creeps up on you. All right, so keep that in mind. Okay, let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. I've said enough here. I got a lot to pull on in the extended. I won't say I don't have a devil, because I do. Again, I don't think you need to hire security here, but I do want you to be aware. I want to teach you something about energy. This same type of thing in a stranger should be a stranger danger alert for you. People like this, if this is what they're showing you on the surface and you don't know them, like they're trying to pick you up in a bar or something, if this is what they're showing you on the purpose, on the surface, the devil and the page of cups, trust me, there's a lot more underneath there. Again, we talked about that with the Queen of Wands, you know. So anyway, do what you want to do, but I don't think it's a problem here. This is somebody from the past, and I think you get a chance to work out a lot of things this month. You do. It's an emotionally charged month. It really is. They're going to be emotionally charged readings. I'm going to get yelled at a lot. I'm going to say all kinds of things, you know. I'm going to get somebody who yells at me at this reading, Steve, I'm on a mission from God. How dare you say it might be that? Okay, well, again, if you were really on a mission from God, you wouldn't be that defensive. You know, God's pretty laid back and cool. You know, it's like, hey, it's the angel energy. It's the great blue heron for a reason in the animal deck. So, you know, it's nice angel energy there. It is the angel energy of all angel energies. You're fucking defensive about it. You don't care what other people think. You know who cares what other people think? Goats. That's who. So keep that in mind. People don't, again, this high priestess hides things really well, masks them greatly. Be careful. This is a chance to fix things. Long term, change your fucking life. I got the world card with this. If you could figure out what's buried deep inside you, you could change your life here. This is the most powerful card I could pull. This is some shit. You may end up with short blonde hair. Oh my God. Right. I mean, you know. I'm just saying. That bit only works if your hair is long and brown right now. But, you know, at the end of the day, let's see where we go. What else you want to tell my people, universe? I'm all ready. Jesus. See, these are going to be intense energies. It's going to be hard for me to explain everything I need to explain, because I'm going to have to go down rabbit holes to explain it to you. You know, so again, just be prepared. I'm going to offend the shit out of people in November. I'm sure I am. But I got powerful cards here. I got the Strength card in the middle. I've got the four. These are red center, left, right. Strength, 4 of Wands, 10 of fucking Cups, and the 5 of Wands. Do not listen. The key element here, please. This is a message for you. Not everybody goes to the extended, so let me just give you something here. I'm going to paraphrase. Do not sweat the small stuff in this energy. Don't get irritated with or offended if I say something, if I claim something you're doing might be, or ask you to take a look at the devil. Don't freak out. If you freak out, you only prove that the devil is there, that the goat is there. So just chill, okay? Don't sweat the small stuff. Take this month of November as a chance to finally actually get happy, to walk an actual righteous path, whatever it is in your life. These are huge, long-range effects. And the energy, this was fueled by, and your final outcomes crossed by a Knight of Pentacles. There's a chance here to stop and fix some things. Get some things straight. It is an emotionally charged month. I will warn you about that one more time. This is why pettiness, silliness, worrying about the little stuff isn't going to matter. Conquer the big stuff. All right? And if you find yourself reacting to something, either something this person does or something I do or somebody else does in your life or whatever it is, some other channel you're watching, I don't care. Whatever the hell it is, ask yourself why you're reacting that way. Why is it a big deal? You know? And the angels, the thing about the angel is it doesn't care, male or female. Angel energy does not care what other people think. The devil does, because the devil feels threatened. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. It is an emotionally charged month, but it's a month where we can do a lot of growing. We just got to pull up big boy, big girl pants. That's all. You know, somebody here is. I just think they're putting on kind of kinky pants a little bit. I wish this wasn't the devil. Okay, in this whole reading, and we're going to find out why it is in the extended. I'm going to dig a little deep in that, and I'll also pull on you and get some more information on you. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. All right, good luck.